So I got this question the other day on whether I knew someone that really made it in the end after the time of depression, the time of difficulty, the hardships, everything like that, all the difficult circumstances and all the bad days. Do you know someone that made it eventually? And you can always ask me either in the comments or at the email at justflexmuscles@gmail.com. So I know someone, I know many actually, that made it eventually. And one story that I always say is one of my friends that was making beats, and he's a hip hop artist, and at the same time, he's a producer. So he makes his own beats and he makes sick beats. And for the longest time, he was doing it for free. He was doing beats for everyone for free. But these folks that he was making the beats for were benefiting in terms of money, but he wasn't. So pretty much he was getting used. They would use that guy to be famous, to be good, to be like the biggest stars in the country. That was back in 2013, 2014, in that range. At that time, that guy was doing, little things like little tracks, 1 or 2 minutes max, and he would rap over it. He actually, at a time, focused on beatbox and doing that. But then, after years of trying and trying and trying, he got sick of it. He tried to gain money from the things that he gave out for free. So he asked some of the artists at that time, and they were famous, they were big, they were like the real deal back in the day. And they would, they had a fight actually with hands. Like they had a fight. Like, when someone is actually using you, and when you discover that and you tell them in their face that, stop that, I discovered that you were using me all this time, they just get mad. Like, the audacity of using you and then get mad when you finally speak up for yourself. That happened to that guy. When that happened, a huge fight was on. And from there, the guy that was making the beats, my friend, he's actually was young. He was like 16, 15 years old at that time, maybe like 17, 18 maximum. And these folks were in their 20s. So they were adults. That guy is still a teenager. He doesn't know how things work. So he's trying to get back what he deserves. He deserves the money that, he gives out the beats. He wants the money. Give me my rights. Give me the money. So a huge fight came, and eventually that guy that was, excuse all the bullshit outside, because you know how it is. Egypt is sometimes can be a mess. So, long story short, that guy made it after he did one thing. He finally decided that he will not focus on these kind of behaviors and these nonsense, and he will stop doing all that stuff for free. He won't do it anymore for free. And he would start his YouTube channel. He would upload on many musical platforms, and he would do his own stuff. He was making his own music and he was rapping on it, and he became so well known in a matter of maybe 2 years or 3 years. And at the point where he actually was asking, is it even worth it? Like, is all that worth it? He was about to give up. And right before giving up, right before he gave up, he made it. Someday I will make him, like I will be in the documentary of his life as maybe a famous YouTuber, I guess, a famous influencer that know that guy, that knows that guy, sorry. But you know what really stands out in this story is you actually can see the things that you are facing now. You are seeing that you're trying to get over your fears, your doubt, your fears that actually holding you back. You're trying to get over that. You're trying to make something out of nothing. You're trying to be something big. You are a little delusional. You are actually, you're crazy until you make it, then you are a genius. This is how it works every single time. So you are in that stage where everyone is not seeing what you are seeing because the results aren't there yet. Like when I record these videos, I'm I want to reach as many people as possible. I want to impact lives. I want to tell people that it will happen if you believe. It will happen. And I'm with you in that journey. I'm documenting every day my thoughts so I can look back and hopefully say, wow, we've come a long way. Because I want to be that figure in my mind that always been good. After all these years of frustration, illness, bad thoughts, even worse than that, a lot worse. Not going into details because I've said it in many videos before. But if you actually believe in yourself and believe in the things that you want to happen, if you believe that that dream is possible, and you become so brainwashed with what you want to believe about yourself, then the circumstances will change in your favor. So after that, that guy, which I respect a lot, I respect his work ethic, I respect his efforts to make everything perfect as much as he can. Doesn't mean he's a perfectionism. He's not a perfectionist. He's not looking for perfectionism, but he's making as much as he can until he cannot do any better. Then he stops and he releases what he wants. So this is the key to it, is to actually do your best and forget the rest. This is the best thing that you can do. In 2019, that guy released a hit, and at that time, in 2019, when that hit was out, that song made an impact in all the Middle East. It was so good to the point that he didn't believe it at first. When you actually lose that sense of faith in yourself sometimes, you actually start questioning, is that even worth it? And as I told you, he was asking all these questions. And when he actually was just about to give up, everything picked up. Imagine if he did give up at that time. Imagine. He wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be in that place that he once wanted. He once wanted, sorry. That thing, that circumstance, that situation that he was in, if he was always pessimistic about it, he wouldn't have made it. But he was optimistic that maybe tomorrow something will happen. And then tomorrow came and nothing happened. And then tomorrow came and eventually it happened. And all of a sudden, everyone is telling you, you're an overnight success, right? He's not. Years in the making. Years. Years of fighting his own demons. Years of fighting things that he thought was right and discovered that it was wrong. like being, you know, doing things for free when you are actually supposed to have money in order to give these things. Why? Because he deserves what he gets. He deserves what he gets because if you think about it, you're making things with your creativity, with your mind. You're a creative person. You are looking at things differently. You're different in a good way. So yeah, I watched someone made it. I did watch someone make it to the top and even further. And that's why I'm telling you, everyone can do it. Hopefully all of us can do it. Hopefully I will see this video in a short period of time and I'll say, wow, I was speaking to these guys that I've never seen before, and many of them didn't actually see me before. We're talking from all across the globe, and we made it. So I hope this video was helpful. You will make it. You will eventually make it. Go to sleep every day believing that you made it. And believe me, someday you will wake up and you will find yourself there with your goals, with your dreams, living your dream life, having your dream car, living without anything that can bother you, living happily. Keep going, day by day. It will happen. Soon it will happen. It is happening. Sleep today as it's already done.